Sawdust looks harmless, but if you put it straight into your garden, it can quietly destroy your plants from the roots up. And the worst part is, you won't even know it's happening until it's too late. I know, that sounds dramatic, but I learned this the hard way. 2 years ago, I had this pile of sawdust from a buddy's wood shop. Free stuff. Smelled great, looked clean. Everyone told me sawdust was good for gardens. Organic matter, right? Mulch, improve soil. So I dumped it on my tomato beds. 3 weeks later, my plants looked weird. Not dead, just off. Leaves were pale, growth slowed down. Some of the lower leaves started turning yellow for no reason I could see. I checked for pests. Nothing. Checked watering. Fine. Added fertilizer. Didn't help. And then someone told me what I'd done. The sawdust was killing them. Slowly, invisibly, from underneath. I didn't believe it at first, but when I dug into the soil, I found something that made me feel like an idiot. The sawdust hadn't broken down at all. It was just sitting there, bone dry, compact. And worse, the soil around it was almost gray, lifeless. No worms, no activity. Something about that sawdust was sucking the life out of my soil. Now here's the weird part. Sawdust can be one of the best fertilizers you'll ever use. Better than compost, cheaper than anything you'll buy. Only if you do one thing first. And most people have no idea this step even exists. If you want to see more stuff like this, stuff that actually works instead of the usual gardening advice that doesn't, you can subscribe. The algorithm buries this kind of content unless people actively choose to see it. Alright, let me show you what sawdust actually does to soil. When you put raw sawdust in soil, bacteria attack it immediately. They want to break it down. That's what decomposers do. But sawdust is almost pure carbon, no nitrogen. And bacteria need nitrogen to multiply, to build proteins, to function. So they pull nitrogen from the soil around them. They strip it completely. Every bit of available nitrogen in the area gets locked up in bacterial bodies trying to digest wood. And your plants? They can't get any. They starve right there in the soil, surrounded by nutrients they can't access. This is called nitrogen immobilization. And it gets worse. The bacteria produce acids as they work, organic acids that drop soil pH. Some plants can't handle that shift. They just shut down. Others get nutrient deficiencies because certain minerals won't dissolve in acidic soil. So you're hitting plants with a double attack. No nitrogen, wrong pH. I didn't know any of this when I spread that sawdust. I just knew my plants were dying and I couldn't figure out why. Took me 3 months to recover those beds. Had to dig out the sawdust, add compost, wait. Total waste of a season. But here's what I learned. If you add nitrogen to the sawdust before it goes in the soil, everything changes. You're feeding the bacteria what they need up front. They break down the sawdust without stealing from your plants. And when they die, because bacteria don't live long, all that carbon and nitrogen they locked up gets released, slowly, over weeks, as some of the most available plant-ready fertilizer you can get. The ratio is important. You need about 30 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen for bacteria to work efficiently. Sawdust is roughly 500 to 1, way too high. So you're correcting a massive imbalance. I use blood meal, about 1 cup per 5-gallon bucket of sawdust. Mix it in, add water until it's damp, not soaking, pile it up, let it sit. Within a week, you'll notice heat. The pile gets warm, sometimes hot. That's the bacteria going to work. You can also use manure. Chicken manure works great. It's high nitrogen, about 2 cups per bucket. Or urine. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but urine is almost pure nitrogen, and it's free. Dilute it 1-to-1 with water, pour it on the pile, works. I did a test last year. 3 piles, same sawdust, different nitrogen sources. Blood meal, chicken manure, and one with nothing, just raw sawdust as control. After 30 days, the blood meal and manure piles were dark, crumbly, smelled like earth. The control pile still looked like sawdust and hadn't changed at all. Now here's where it gets interesting. You can speed this up even more. Most people wait 2 to 3 months for sawdust to break down. I get it done in under 30 days. The trick is turning the pile. Every few days, flip it. Mix air in. Bacteria need oxygen. When you turn it, you're feeding them air along with nitrogen. Decomposition accelerates. I also add a little garden soil, maybe 10% by volume. The soil has microbes already, fungi, bacteria. You're inoculating the pile, kickstarting the process with a living workforce instead of waiting for random bacteria to find it. Cuts the time in half sometimes. By week 3, you'll have this dark, fluffy material. Doesn't look like sawdust anymore, looks like expensive potting soil. Smells sweet, earthy. And when you mix it into garden beds, plants explode. Now, I'm not exaggerating. I ran a side-by-side test. One tomato bed got my sawdust compost, one got store-bought compost. Same amount. The sawdust bed produced 40% more fruit by weight. Bigger tomatoes, more of them, and the plants stayed green longer into the season. I think it's the slow release. Store compost dumps nutrients fast. Plants get a spike, then it's gone. Sawdust compost releases over weeks, steady supply. Plants don't boom and bust, they just grow consistently. And there's something about the woody structure. It holds water better than regular compost, but still drains, doesn't get soggy. You can use any kind of sawdust, pine, oak, cedar, doesn't matter much. I avoid treated lumber, pressure-treated, painted, stained, anything with chemicals. But plain construction scraps? Perfect. Hardwood is slightly better than softwood, breaks down a little faster. But honestly, I've used both. Works fine either way. Any cabinet shop, woodworking business, lumber yard, they have piles of it. They usually pay to haul it away. Just ask. Most places will give you as much as you want for free. I've got 3 shops that call me now when their bins are full. I show up with my truck, load up, done. One thing to watch for, some shops mix in MDF or particle board dust. That stuff has glues and resins, not great for soil. Ask what they're cutting. If it's solid wood, you're good. If they're doing a lot of sheet goods, maybe skip it. All right, here's the pH thing. This is what I didn't know for the longest time. Even properly composted sawdust can be slightly acidic. Not extreme, but enough to matter for some plants. If you're growing blueberries, azaleas, acid lovers, this is perfect. But tomatoes, peppers, most vegetables, they like neutral to slightly alkaline.
The fix is stupid simple. Eggshells. Crush them up, mix them into the sawdust pile while it's composting. Eggshells are pure calcium carbonate, natural pH buffer. As the sawdust breaks down, the calcium slowly dissolves, neutralizes the acids, brings pH up to neutral. I save eggshells all winter. Rinse them, dry them, crush them in a bag with a rolling pin. By spring, I've got a bucket full. Mix about 2 cups per 5-gallon bucket of sawdust. When the compost is done, pH is right where I want it, around 6.8 to 7.2. Perfect for vegetables. Now here's something interesting I noticed. The plants that got sawdust compost had way fewer disease problems, especially fungal stuff. Blight, mildew. I think it's the beneficial fungi in the compost. When you compost wood, you're not just feeding bacteria, you're creating habitat for mycorrhizal fungi. These fungi colonize plant roots, help them absorb nutrients and water, and they outcompete pathogenic fungi. I can't prove this scientifically, but 3 years running, my sawdust beds have had almost 0 disease. My regular beds? Still fighting powdery mildew every August. Could be coincidence, but I don't think so. Storage is easy too. Once the sawdust is composted, it's stable. You can bag it, pile it, whatever. Doesn't go bad, doesn't smell. I make huge batches in fall, store it in old feed sacks. By spring, I've got a year's worth ready to go. You can also use this stuff as mulch, but only after it's composted. Raw sawdust as mulch is a disaster. We already covered that. But finished sawdust compost, great mulch. Suppresses weeds, holds moisture, feeds soil as it breaks down further. I use it around perennials, fruit trees, anywhere I want long-term coverage. Let's talk about cost for a second. A bag of decent compost at the garden center is like $8 for 2 cubic feet.
I can make 10 cubic feet of sawdust compost for about $12. That's just the blood meal. The sawdust is free, so I'm getting 5 times the volume for not much more money. And honestly, it works better. If you're doing raised beds, this is huge. I built 4 4x8 beds last year. Filling those with store compost would have cost over $300. I filled them with sawdust compost for under $50. Same results. Better, actually. And I had enough left over to top dress my perennials. I'm basically turning trash into better-than-store fertilizer and getting it for free. That's kind of absurd when you think about it. Wood shops pay to dump sawdust. I take it, add a little nitrogen, wait a month, and end up with something better than what people pay $8 a bag for. Alright, so here's the process start to finish. Get sawdust, free from any wood shop. Add nitrogen, blood meal, manure, whatever you've got. 1 cup per 5-gallon bucket. Add water, make it damp, not soaking. Mix in some garden soil, about 10%. Optional, but speeds things up. Add crushed eggshells if you want neutral pH, 2 cups per bucket. Pile it up, turn it every few days. Wait 3 to 4 weeks. Done. You'll know it's ready when it stops heating up, when you turn it and it's just cool, room temperature. And it smells good, sweet, earthy. If it smells sour or rotten, it went anaerobic. Too wet, not enough turning. Fix? Spread it out, let it dry a bit, turn it more often. It'll recover. I've had people ask, can you use wood chips instead of sawdust? Yes, but they take way longer. Wood chips are bigger pieces, more surface area to break down. You're looking at 6 to 12 months instead of 3 to 4 weeks. Still works, just slower. Sawdust is faster because the pieces are tiny. Bacteria can attack from all sides at once. Can you add this to potting mix? Absolutely. I mix it 1-to-1 with peat moss or cocoa coir. Makes incredible potting soil. Holds water, drains well, feeds plants slowly. I use it for starting seeds, growing transplants, container gardening. Works great. Here's a mistake I made early on. I got impatient. Had a pile that was only 2 weeks old. Still hot. I figured, close enough. Dumped it on my squash bed. Plants turned yellow within days. The compost wasn't done, still immobilizing nitrogen. Had to pull it out, wait another 2 weeks, try again. Don't skip the wait time. Also, don't use sawdust from treated lumber. I said this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Pressure-treated wood has copper and arsenic compounds. Those don't break down. They accumulate in soil, and eventually in your food. Not worth a risk. Ever. Stick to clean wood only. People also ask about black walnut sawdust. Black walnut produces juglone, natural herbicide. It'll kill tomatoes, peppers, most garden plants, even after composting. Avoid it unless you're using it around juglone-tolerant plants, or just don't use it. Easier that way. One last thing that surprised me. This stuff attracts earthworms like crazy. Within a month of adding sawdust compost to a bed, I'm seeing 10 times more worms. They love it. The structure, the slow-release food, and more worms means better soil. They tunnel, aerate, leave castings. It's a positive feedback loop. So yeah, sawdust will destroy your garden if you use it wrong, but if you compost it first with nitrogen, it becomes one of the best amendments you can use. Free. Better than store compost. Long-lasting, and you're keeping it out of landfills, turning waste into something valuable. If you've got access to sawdust, try this. Start small. 1 bucket. See how it goes. If it works, and it will, scale up. You'll never buy compost again, and your plants will thank you. Drop a comment if you try this. Let me know how it turns out. And if you know someone who's been dumping raw sawdust on their garden, maybe send them this video. Save their plants. Alright, that's it. If you want to keep seeing stuff like this, subscribe. I've got more experiments running, more tests. Some work, some don't, but I'll show you both. See you in the next one.